90s versus 2000s type of vibe with another hip-hop topic. And today's topic, another topic, we're going to talk about hip-hop movies or hip-hop influenced movies and the comparison between the 90s and the 2000s between the two eras of movies. So I think we kind of started off already. Look, we'll get to you in a minute because we already know how strong you feel about what you feel about. All right, but
you might as well set it off.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I ain't gonna let him
set it off with that right now.
You want to set it off? You know what I'm saying?
Set it off right now.
Well, go ahead then, I'll because between the 90s or 2000s, what I guess era had the better hip hop movies?
I'm gonna go with the 90s for that one. Like clearly.
Now, is it an easy one?
It's easy. It's easy. It's not even close.
Drop.
Even though, like I said, you got Boys in the Hood, you got Menance Society, you got Juice.
You can almost stop right there, right? And that's it.
Yeah, you got Above the Rim.
Oh my God!
White Man Can't Jump. You got Friday. You got Belly. You got just
that's what I want to say. I want to say.
He wanted to say the Belly joint.
I
want to say Belly. Real
talk. That I feel like it kind of washes it. I feel like also in the 2000s, I think there was less. I should say like opportunities to put out maybe hip hop based movies. I mean, in the 2000s, I don't know if Ray's gonna get into that, but you got 8 Mile. You got movies like Get Rich or Die Trying. Mm-hmm. You had what else? Like Brown Sugar.
So are you naming the 2000 ones?
No, I'm naming those, but I'm just giving ideas. But I just feel keep in mind, check this out.
Baby Boy was in the 2000s?
Baby Boy was in the 2000s.
Baby Boy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking juice in the hood was in the 90s. There's so many. How High was in the 2000s?
Juice. I got nothing.
He said Juice.
Juice.
Yeah, that's why the second one he said. Yep.
Juice. There was just so many in the 90s where it was I feel like the 90s truly introduced the world in a sense to hip-hop culture on film.
100% agree.
One movie, it's a possibility we might forget certain movies. We might have, because there's so many.
In the 90s?
90s, yeah.
Oh, House Party, we forgot?
House Party.
We forgot House Party?
House Party.
But was the first one in the 80s?
No.
The very first one?
B Street might have been in the 80s. B Street was the 80s, right?
B Street was in the 80s, yes. The breakdancing, yeah. Yes.
Hey, man. Y'all about to have... No.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, B Street, they were all the 80s.
Nah, B Street, I think, was in the 80s.
Yeah, so that's not 90s, but... so I'm literally, if you would try to put side by side what you just said, the 90s movies and then your 2000s movies, whatever. If you were to put them side by side, it's not even a fight. It's not even a fight. It's literally Mike Tyson in there
we might be missing something though.
We missing a whole lot of joints.
But from the 90s, I think those are the main ones.
Even 2000s.
Really?
I mean, look.
But here we go. If we can't remember them, how good are they?
In the 2000s?
In the 2000s, the ones that we can't remember.
I remember some. How High? I said that.
You said that. Yeah.
I said How High. We forgot about
See. Now, how quick did you shoot off them 90s?
Hold up. Waist Deep. You got Into Deep with LL.
With Omar, but that was pretty.
You got Scary Movie, which isn't exactly. I'm gonna call it.
That's not hip hop.
I kind know, but you know what? It's the Waynes. I'm not gonna shout down the Waynes. The Waynes definitely.
Oh yeah, let's give him some props. Yeah, yes. Let's give him some props. Yeah.
Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie 2, both to me like amazing movies in the 2000s.
Queen Latifah and Ice Cube alone.
Yo, was Set It Off? 90s or 2000s?
Like Queen Latifah and Ice Cube to me both held it down, 90s and 2000s.
Yes.
So that makes it difficult for me to decide. Because Friday had an impact on the 90s.
Friday had an impact on
the Players Club. That was 98.
Lisa Ray.
Wait. Lisa Ray? Yeah.
The Players Club. I mean, there was so many.
But Players Club didn't really hit the way all the rest of them did.
Players Club hit.
Yo.
We liked it because of Lisa Ray.
I mean, but you got to think about Bernie Mac was in there.
Yeah.
All legendary. All legendary comedians.
Look. Did y'all remember? Did y'all watch How to Be a Player, yo?
Hell yeah.
Bill Bellamy.
Oh yeah.
Now was that 90s?
About to look it up.
That is the 90s.
That's 90s.
That's 90s. Yes, 97.
The Nutty Professor. That's in the 90s. That debuted Jay-Z. Ain't No Nigga.
Oh, okay.
On the soundtrack.
The soundtrack.
Brown and Case. like those movies came out in the 90s. They were better.
There's some
written
attachment, yeah. There's some
stories.
attachment.
They were amazing. I mean, like the 2000s, we like struggling to remember it, but I also think it was difficult for them to get on the screen. I felt like there was a lot of issues with like some of those movies coming out.
Well, of course, Hollywood is Hollywood. You know the deal.
Poetic Justice was the 90s.
Yeah, Poetic Justice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I say like Jason's lyrics, all that stuff, man.
Yo,
all pop movies.
So
all
many.
pop movies.
So many.
What about who I'm forgetting? DMX and Steve Seagal.
Stop it, man. Now you talking like gridlock, and like you talking like gridlock with like James Belushi and Tupac. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. Ain't gonna do that. No, we not.
I mean, I like Romeo Must Die was a good movie. I like that.
Okay, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as that one.
We can show some love to the 2000s. I just like the 90s smokes it.
It smokes it bad. It smokes it real bad.
The Master P movies. The Master P movies.
Which one?
In the 90s. My favorite Master P movie was The Last Don. The Last Don.
I've never even heard of that movie.
He was gonna say
Master P put out a movie with every album at one time.
I've never even heard of that movie.
I Got the Hookup was 98.
Master P should bring out.
That's the commercial one that I've heard of.
Bro.
I Got the Hookup.
I'm about it.
Nah,
I got the hookup. Before
About It was a movie too.
The Last Don.
And that came out in 97.
Even the straight to DVD movies like The Last Don. Remember The Last Don? Who else I'm missing? As far as 2000.
I mean, again, I can't really recall any kind of hip hop influenced movies that dominated the 2000s like we did in the 90s. I'm sorry. I just can't. I don't know.
It's hard. It's definitely difficult.
I mean, my brain is racing right now trying to figure it out.
We forget like
wait.
What was the dance hip hop movie? You know, anything with Paid in Full.
Paid in
Full was one.
Paid in Full.
State Property also had one.
Paid in Full.
State Property is no. But Paid in.
They came out in 2000s.
State Property.
But is that better?
Come on, these movies were not like big movie screen movies.
Set It Off is classic. That's 90. That's in the 90s too.
I said Set It Off. I said it with Queen Latifah.
Yeah, Latifah.
Was Jada in that joint too?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Jada, Vivica Fox.
I forgot about New Jack City.
We didn't forget New Jack City.
Is New Jack City 89? I thought that was.
New Jack City is 91.
91.
We didn't mention it, but that was the 90s.
New Jack City. Hold up, Men's Society. I was gonna mention this one part. When I first went to go see Menance to Society, right? And they had Kane in the interrogation room. Mm-hmm. And the detective, he was asking them questions. He was like,
it's an iconic scene.
That's one of my favorite scenes of the movie. Probably my favorite scene. He says, so you were where at what time? Then before you just said such and such. You done fucked up, right? you know you done fucked up, right? I cried. Listen, I think that was everybody's favorite part. Yo, I swear to God, it was like, you know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up, right?
Check this out. He Got Game. That was also from the 90s.
I forgot about that.
He also didn't mention a movie with Onyx, Strap. Remember Strap?
Did that really hit big screen? Saying like
that was in the theater.
Strap. Come on, man.
Strap was out.
No, the other one with Fredro Star.
Some of these we don't have to mention.
The basketball movie.
Which one?
Sunset Park.
That was with your boy.
Actually, Onyx played a lot of movies.
96. That's 96.
Onyx actually.
They were good actors, dog.
They
were good actors.
Bokeem Woodbine was all over the place.
Fredro was a good actor.
And Fredro was all over the place back then. But I feel like the movies, they win. Now, on the contrary, right? TV shows, like, I think the 2000s kind of got that.
Well, of course, because streaming kind of took that over, man.
Eve had a TV show.
Brandy had a TV show.
Yeah, Moesha.
But they were like everywhere.
Yeah.
Method Man and Redman had a show for a little bit.
They had two shows. They had MTV and Fox.
Yeah, they got the TV shows.
Red and Meth.
The Wire was a big thing in the 2000s. You got
The Wire is a classic, man.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, if we're talking television shows, we can go all day. Good Times, Martin, you know what I'm saying? Like the Cosby Show. Like mad things would go into television shows, but movies specifically?
But that's what I think. The hip hop urban movie has turned into a TV show now. That's kind
I think all movies now have turned into a television show.
They're now a TV show. I mean, like New Jack City, you can call that comparable to maybe Power, because like now it's like stretched out.
Well,
somebody can make Power a movie if they wanted to, but it's such complex storylines. It's just like you have to make it into a TV show.
Like the Wu-Tang. We also see a movie where we actually see a show now, a series.
The new hip hop movie now is a documentary.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say the nature of how they present, African American culture is no longer, so to speak, in the traditional big screen. Mm-hmm. We now do documentaries. We now do podcasts like Drink Champs out there.
Web series, web series.
Those things are highly influential.
Series, to me, the web series is the new independent movies now.
Well, pretty much. I'm saying it's streaming. Like
Respect Life is classic. Money and Balance was classic.
Yes.
To me, they like the new era of independent film. You get what I'm saying?
100%. You can now put it directly into their hands.
A lot of those independent joints. I can go on and on with that.
And I was gonna say, Straight Outta Compton. That's what technically would be like an urban hip hop movie.
That's a classic.
But that's like a movie, but it's a biopic. Yeah. They took a lot of like the hip hop scene and made them into biopics. Is what I think is going on right now. But shout out to Ice Cube and Queen Latifah and all the people like the actors that have like made impacts in movies and television, as well as Ice-T, LL Cool J.
Ice-T's a good one, yeah.
All hip hop actors too, man. Shout out to hip hop actors like. You think of like an Omar Epps hip hop actor, Makai Pfeiffer. That's those hip hop actors. They actually represent our culture.
100%.
They represent our culture. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to Method Man. Method Man is
killing it right now.
Method Man is doing his thing. Method Man is doing his thing.
Yo.
So shout out to Method Man also getting big in the acting.
As far as rappers with acting, you gotta shout out DMX.
Yep.
Pac.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fifth, Too Good to Another Level.
I think Pac was the best actor out of all of them.
Fifth, you can tell Fifth really studied all the people like the Ice Cubes and the Latifahs and finessed it his way. And look.
Talking about 50?
Yeah, because they were actually going to
He played a character that was like him.
BMF was actually going to be a movie, and now they look.
But that goes back to what I was saying.
Exactly.
There's no more movies. It's more now
series
like
now.
A series.
Yes.
Or like with you know what? All right, what's another series before we go? Another hip hop joint we gotta acknowledge.
Another series.
You can go through
the Irv Gotti joint.
I got a story to tell.
I got a story to tell. Classic. Listen. It's not a movie, but it would have been a movie. You get what I'm saying? So, they bring that back. They gotta bring that back. But
you think back the movies?
You
think they go back the movies, or do you enjoy?
No.
I'm
talking about that particular series.
Okay.
That particular series, but other than that, listen, man, shout out to all the hip hop movies, man, that represents our culture. Shout out to all the hip hop actors, the rappers that finesse it. Mos Def, Childish Gambino, and all them cats.
I was gonna say if you want to get like a new hip hop movie, my suggestion would be a lot of like the Instagram influencers, those characters. If somebody was to write a film based on them, I think I'd actually come out like the Ritu Browns, Big Ja, Tiffany, and all that. They had like maybe their iconic characters and Mr. Commodore. I think that would be
Forrest Film.
Good movie they made.
I want to shout out Forrest Film, right? I want to give a special shout out to the Lucas brothers. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For me, that's even personal because one, I remember when they were born. They're from my hood. Shout out to the Lucas brothers. Far as filmmakers and the impact. We come from the same hood. Shout outs to Issa Rae and all them, because that would have been independent film, but they made it into a series.
Yeah.
People like that. So definitely, you want to say anything before we?
I think he said his piece.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Named all the darn movies.
All right.
Catch y'all
passionately.
Catch y'all the next one. I wish I had some popcorn to share with y'all right now.
You have to have part 2 for this one.
But I really think if all the titles I named, go out there and watch them and tell me if the storylines aren't necessarily better. With they also in the 90s with a smaller budget. It was a smaller budget to how they made those movies, and it came out to be classics. Great storylines. Everything was put together. It wasn't as polished, and you appreciate it. You absolutely appreciate it.
For sure. All right, fellas. 90s versus 2000s. Another one in the books.
We might need a part 2.
We may get y'all. Probably will get a part 2, man. Hip hop. What's up?
Let us know in the comments.
For sure.
I know I'm leaving.
Hip hop movies influence 90s versus 2000s. Aquan, Ray. The DJ Redline, we out.